Good morning, y'all. Welcome to Coffee with Connect. We get together on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:30. We get into God's Word together. We have our coffee together. And today's coffee mug is the OG Connect Church mug. It's the original. And as far as I know, it was the first one off the line. So, or it was at least the first one out of the box. How's that? So yeah, there's a few of these. Actually, there's none left that we can give away or sell or anything like that. But there are a select few out there from those of you that were with us when Connect Church first started. So these are this is near and dear to my heart. I'll put it that way. So we're continuing to go through the book of 1 John, 1 John chapter 3, as we're going a verse at a time. Well, more than one verse, but we're going sequentially through and a few verses at a time in clumps. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3. Today it's 4. And as we're going through and looking at these ideas that John is giving us as he's writing to the church, to those that are maybe losing their faith in who Jesus was, but not in God. And so in many ways throughout this book, he's reiterating the deity of Jesus Christ. And then the other thing that he's really focusing on is the emphasis on godly living and caring for others as signs of those who truly know God. And today is that very much so as well. So we're in 1 John chapter 3, 16 through 20. So we're going to go through our process: pray, read, think, write, and do. So I hope you prayed. And now let's read 1 John 3, 16 through 20. We know what real love is because Jesus gave up his life for us. So we also ought to give up our lives for our brothers and sisters. If someone has enough money to live well and sees a brother or sister in need but shows no compassion, how can God's love be in that person? Dear children, let's not merely say that we love each other. Let us show the truth by our actions. Our actions will show that we belong to the truth. So we will be confident when we stand before God. Even if we feel guilty, God is greater than our feelings, and he knows everything. So as we read this and we think about it now, I guess I got to think at the beginning, we know what real love is. So as we think about how we define love, and then we see how the Bible defines love. It says it's because Jesus gave up his life for us. See, real love isn't merely a feeling, like some inward feeling. It's shown by a demonstration. Real love is demonstrated. That ultimate demonstration was Jesus giving up his life for us. As it says right there in that first verse, but notice the very next sentence. So we also ought to give up our own lives for our brothers and sisters. We must be willing to do the same. And what is insinuated here is sacrifice. And so when we're talking about a demonstration of love and we're talking about how we define love, are we willing to sacrifice for those around us? Are we willing to sacrifice? Because love is a demonstration usually shown through sacrifice. If you really think about it, sometimes the cost of love is going to make us feel like we're dying, because sometimes it, from our perspective, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of sacrifice, but that's what it means to lay down your life. As it said here, love means saying no to your own life for the betterment of someone else, or so someone else may live. That's literally and figuratively what Jesus did for us. I think about our Mission Akron students and young adults and leaders who are willing to sacrifice for a week to be a blessing to those in the community with no thought of reward or anything along those lines. In fact, they paid to go for a week and sacrifice and give and love our community. And boy, you want to talk about a sacrifice, because that's exactly what the week was. And this Sunday in our services, our students and everybody, they're going to kind of take over the service and share everything that God did during that week of sacrifice. So if maybe you're planning on coming to church this weekend, to the either 9 o'clock or 11 o'clock service, you're gonna be in for an awesome service and just a blessing of a service, because you're gonna hear about and you're gonna see what love looks like and sacrifice for others looks like. So as we write, pray, read, think, write, what is God saying to you? What is standing out here to you? What's maybe hitting you in the gut just a little bit? Then what do we do with this? Well, pray, read, think, write, do. The last few verses here are really the do. Verse 18, we can substitute talk for love. We do. But essentially what it's saying here is, let's not be all talk. I think we know people who are just all talk, or maybe we define them that way. There may be some people that define you that way, if we're going to be honest. But talking about meeting people's needs instead of actually meeting them. I don't want to be known as somebody who's just all talk. Again, there may be some people that think that about me or whatever. I hope that they don't. But what am I doing to maybe push that forward to make sure that they don't, especially when it comes to the fact that I'm representing Jesus in all that I do. And if I say that I have the love of Jesus in me, but I'm not willing to sacrifice for others, and I'm not willing to give toward others, and I don't really love people, then do I? Do I really have the love of Jesus in me? Because if you have the capability to meet someone else's needs and you do nothing to meet those needs, then how can you say that you love that person? So thanks for joining me, and I hope that you will share the video, and you will like the video, and you will subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell and all of those things, so that we can have our coffee and connect to Christ, community, purpose, and God's word together. See you next time.